Hello, it's me here once again with another one of my Uriah Heep Discography reviews, and we're going to be looking at album number 20 today. Whippy! Sonic Origami, released September 1998, produced by Pip Williams, length 75 minutes 45 seconds, first album released in the United States since Raging Silence. They've really had a hard time really following up records, especially since Firefly Innocent Victim, in my opinion, and let's hope this album is good. Uriah Heep by this point consists of Mick on guitar, Bernie Shaw on vocals, Phil Lanzon on keys, Trevor Boulder on bass, Lee Kerslake on drums. Now, it starts off with the song Between Two Worlds, Box Lanzon written, 6 minutes 29 seconds. It's dedicated to David Byron and Gary Thayne, two members of that really great lineup of Heep they had. You had David Byron, great vocalist. Bernie's probably the closest, you could say, to replacing Byron. And then you had Gary Thayne, booming bass. I don't think they've really ever, in my opinion, replaced Gary Thayne. Trevor's done a good job, but I don't think he's maybe had the impact to me as Trevor did on bass. It starts off with a nice dreamy intro into the vocals. I like the keyboards in the background. I like the ahs. I like the tempo change into the softer vocals. I like the scream into the mini solo. I like the main guitar solo throughout, and I like the intro. All in all, it's a pretty darn good song. On to song number 2, I Hear Voices. Trevor Boulder written, 3 minutes 55 seconds. Heavy organ intro into distorted vocal thing. It's very, very weird at this point sounding. However, I do like the solo to the song, and I find the chorus is very catchy. But once again, that weird sort of distorted vocals, I wasn't digging it, but hey, what do I know? On to song number 3, Perfect Little Heart, Box Lanzon written, 5 minutes 17 seconds. I like the guitar and booming drum intro. I like the vocals, has an AOR feel to it. I like the descending part, but the only complaint I had about the song is it's just a tad too long. If you could have scaled that back just a little bit, I would have been fine with it. Just, yeah, that's kind of the one thing throughout the song that I really felt is it dragged just a little bit. On to song number 4, Heartless Land, Box Lanzon and Matthew Lanzon written song, 4 minutes 44 seconds. I like the intro, love the lyrics and vocals. Has a love-like ballad feel to it, if you know what I mean. Those 80s love ballads in early 90s that you used to always see on MTV. It kind of has that feel to it. And that's really a main theme throughout a lot of this album is love. It's in a lot of the songs. On to song number 5, Only the Young, Boulder written, 4 minutes 43 seconds. I love the intro. I like the vocals. Has a weird vocal part to it as well. I like the mini solo. I like the bass on the song, and I love the solo by Mick. It's very good. He really seems to shine on these last couple albums. On to song number 6, In the Moment, Box and Lanzon written, 6 minutes 23 seconds. I like the riff into the dreamy sequence. I like the lyrics. Like the organ underneath the vocals. Love the riff played throughout. I like the organ part, the chorus, into the chorus. I like the solo. And I really like the solo. And it's one of the few times Uriah Heep actually used a solo to end the song. You don't get that very much throughout this previous era and even into this era, where Mick was able to close the song with a solo, sort of like Weep in Silence type stuff. So yeah, it worked very well here. On to song number 7, Question, written by Box and Lanzon, 5 minutes 26 seconds. Acoustic intro with bass. It's the soul song of the album. I like the soft vocals, so I also like the keyboards in the middle of the song. And that's what I have written for that song. Very short. It's a very good song. Go back and listen to it. Song number 8, Changes. Box and Lanzon written, 6 minutes 2 seconds. I like how it fades in. How most songs usually fade out. This one fades in on you. Very upbeat. I like the vocals. I like the tempo change. I like the ahs. Like the lyrics, and the ending to the song was done very well. On to song number 9, Shelter from the Rain. I like the guitar solo into it, where it starts with the solo. I love the song's feel. Bernie shines pretty much throughout most of this album, I find. Love the guitar solo. Different style used by Box on this one. And to me, it's one of his more soulful guitar solos in Uriah Heep's history. Don't ask me why. It's just something about this that feels so different than anything else he did at the time. Pretty much, I would say one of the last ones I can honestly off the top of my head remember that I loved that was very soulful was Weep in Silence. I love that solo. This is on par with Weep in Silence. On to song number 10, Everything in Life, written by the entire band, 3 minutes 15 seconds, has an early Heep feeling intro to it. Love the solo, great song, Bernie shines. Anything that has that early Heep feel to it seems to really shine throughout any of these albums. On to song number 11, Across the Miles. It's a cover of the Survivor song. I like the intro. Song fits Bernie's vocal range, and I just like the solo. That's really all I gotta say about that one. It's hard to really gauge covers because it's really up to interpretation. Do you like this version? Do you like the other one more? And the song's really already written, so there really isn't much to say about it. On to song number 12, Feels Like. Box and Lanzon, written 4:37 is the time. I like the drum bass guitar intro. Has a sort of Sabbath-esque riff. It's one of those constantly ripped off Sabbath riffs that I just can't remember the name of at this time. If you remember, be sure to comment down below or remind me what the hell it is. Love Bernie's vocals. I like the bridge into the guitar solos, and I like the sort of ambient outro. On to song number 13, The Golden Palace. Box Lanzon, written 8 minutes and 29 seconds long. I like the classical intro. I like the vocals and the oohs and ahs and that stuff. I like the bass lines throughout, and I also like the symphonic middle solo that they give to Phil Lanzon. Just great song, but there's parts to it. It's actually one of the few songs I feel like they could have done something more with. It just kind of felt like, okay, just there. That's pretty much the only thing I'll say about it. On to song number 14, Sweet Pretender, written by Trevor, 4 minutes 50 seconds. Has that early Heep sound to it, very upbeat. Love the tempo change into the guitar solo. It's just a great song throughout, and very good foot tapping song. Really found myself foot tapping pretty good to this album. So, yeah, it is what it is. Now, this is the album, and it's the last to feature the great Lee Kerslake on drums. That's one thing I'll say about Lee, is his drumming is great, no matter how much you might not like the production. I always felt like his drumming wasn't over the top, as some drummers have been. He gets to the point where he really is in with the song, and it works very well. It's tight rhythmically. Best song off the album, I have to say, is Between Two Worlds. That's my opinion. Worst song off the album is Perfect Little Heart. Hidden gem is Shelter from the Rain or Everything in Life. I really enjoyed those two songs, Hidden Gem. If I had to give it a grading out of 5, I'd probably give it a solid 3. It's a little bit above average, but it's kind of an average album. It's not on par with their last album, Sea of Light, but it is kind of in that return to fantasy kind of field, where 3.5, yeah, I'll probably give it a 3. Seems about right. But anyway, that's my video. Be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe down below if you're new to the channel. If you know anyone else who's into music and stuff, be sure to share it on Facebook and all that. This is me here once again, signing out. Peace.